Hi, and welcome to another video where I just talk about things. Right now I just got back home from college because I'm home for a month since it's winter break, and I just had this, thought, an idea of what I wanted to talk about in my next video, and then it's all fresh in my mind, and then I was like, alright, I'll do it tomorrow. And then I was like, why am I going to do it tomorrow when I can do it right now? So I'm doing it now. Um, and the topic is college. More specifically, my personal experience in college so far and the thoughts that have been going through my head and, the roller coaster that it's been, because I've definitely had a huge roller coaster of emotion throughout the year and a half that I've been in college now, and I want to talk about it, and more importantly focus on the fact that you don't necessarily have to know what you want to do with your life when you go to college or while you're at college. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be talking about. First of all, I just want to point out that going into college, I personally thought that I knew what I wanted to do, that I knew where I was going, I knew what I had to do, and I thought I had it all planned out. I was a biology pre-med major at Texas A&M University, and I was ready. I knew it was going to be difficult. I knew that I had to put a lot of work into it, but I still, I knew I wanted to go to med school. And then my first semester in college, I had difficulties, and I had to drop my first chemistry course because I decided to take honors chem, and it was just moving way too fast. I hadn't taken AP chemistry, so a lot of the things that I was supposed to be learning in first introduction to chem, our teacher expected us to know. So I was trying to catch up, and I was trying to learn what he was teaching, and it was just too much, and so I dropped the class, and then I ended up having a D on my biology class, and I was on probation for the College of Science and Biology, and so the second semester I took chemistry again, I retook biology, and I was like, I have to do this. I was still in the mindset that nothing was going to stop me. I was going to be pre-med all the way. I was going to go to med school. I was going to be a general physician, because this is what I've been saying for the past 4 to 5 years to people when they ask me what I want to do with the rest of my life. And I was struggling, biology was hard, chemistry was hard, and I looked at the courses that I had to take. I looked at my 4-year plan, and I just saw classes that I knew that I was going to struggle in, but I knew I had to get through if I wanted to do what I wanted to do. And then I fast forward to the end of my freshman year, where I did everything right. I got my GPA up, but I missed one little thing on my probation, and I was kicked out of the College of Science, and this scared me. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to expect, and at this point I couldn't talk about it with anybody, because I was so ashamed at the fact that I got kicked out, at the fact that I was, contemplating all of these things about just not going through med school, not doing pre-med, and I was ashamed, and I was scared, and that was scary. So when I got kicked out of the College of Science, I started thinking about what I could do, about what I could do and what I couldn't do, and I had always considered doing a psychology minor, because I looked at the classes that I had to take for a biology major, and I needed something that I was interested in as a minor so I could keep myself a little bit sane. So I was looking into a psychology minor, and then all of a sudden, since I didn't have a major, I thought about a psychology major. And I thought about switching my major for a while, but I wasn't sure yet if that's what I wanted to do. And then I made up my mind. I was going to be a psychology major. And at the beginning of my sophomore year, at the beginning of this semester, I switched my major into psychology. But still, at the beginning of this semester, I was still full on in my head, pre-med. You're going to keep taking the classes that you have to take for pre-med, which means I'm still going to take biology, I'm still going to take the chemistries, I'm still going to take the physics, I'm still going to take all of those classes. but I'll actually be taking classes that I enjoy for my major, which is all of these psychology courses that actually sound really exciting to me. So yeah, I was still pre-med all the way. I couldn't imagine it any other way. You know, it was the thought that I wasn't going to go through with pre-med. It scared me. So I was like, this is what I'm going to do. So this semester I was taking Bio 2 and I was taking Chem 2. And I struggled once again. And there was, this semester especially, there was so many thoughts that were going through my head that I once again couldn't talk about them with anybody. I was having a mental breakdown at least once a week, every week. It was worse during exam days when I had a mental breakdown like every 5 minutes, and it was really bad. And the thoughts that were going through my head were, how are you going to do this for the next 4 years? Why are you doing this for the next 4 years to yourself? Why are you doing this to yourself? You know, I was taking biology where I was learning about plants and I was learning about animals, and I don't care about plants or animals. Not in the sense like I want all plants and animals to die or something. I think plants are beautiful, but I don't care why they're beautiful or how they're beautiful or what combinations of things happen and how they do things or why they do things. And I don't care about animals in the sense that, oh, this type of animal falls under this phylum and then it falls under this subphylum, which goes under this class, and it goes under this subclass. And in that class, there's all of these species, and it's like, I don't care, you know? So not only was I struggling because I wasn't interested in what I was learning, and I was struggling because I just didn't like it. I didn't care about it, you know, and it makes it so much harder to learn something in that sense that you don't really care for. And then I started thinking about no longer being pre-med again. And then that scared me way more because this is what I'd wanted to do for the last 4 years. This is what I told people I wanted to do for the last 4 years. You know, I want to go to med school, and all 4 years in high school, people asked me, what kind of doctor do you want to be? And I always said, a general physician, because it sounds like such a practical answer, you know. I want to be a general physician. I could work at a hospital. I could open my own practice. I can do so much, and I can be great. And all of a sudden, this was something that I was losing. All of a sudden, I didn't know what I was going to do, you know. And when I initially changed my major into psychology, I was really afraid because I knew that with an undergrad in psychology, my options were limited. And I was basically, you know, it was limited, and that scared me, you know. But with biology, it was too. Like, I'm either going to be a doctor or I'm going to be stuck in a lab for the rest of my life. But the worst part of this all was that I didn't know what I wanted to do. My whole life, I've known who I am, and I know who I am. Like, I know my opinions, I know my beliefs, I know what I don't or do want to do. And all of a sudden, my future was so uncertain. It was so unknown, and I didn't know what to think of this. I was just like, I don't know what to do. So the end of the semester was nearing, and my registration was coming up, and I didn't know if I was going to sign up for OChem, the next class that I had to take to stay pre-med, or if I was going to do all of these other classes, you know, like, I wasn't sure. And I was really scared because I needed to make a decision. I needed to make my schedule. I needed to register. And then I made up my mind. I talked to my sister, and she said, if you know what you want to do, do it. And all of a sudden, I realized that I didn't want to go to med school anymore. This whole time I had been afraid because I didn't want to let people down, because everybody knew that that's what I wanted to do. And I was so afraid because I didn't know what I wanted to do, because I was so uncertain about my future. my future can change. I don't know how to explain it. I was just so afraid because I didn't know that because I didn't know what I wanted to do, and that was an unknown to me. Like, I've always known. I always know. Like, I don't take a step without acknowledging every action or every ripple effect that it can take. You know, I do my research, and before deciding that I wasn't going to be pre-med, I spent countless hours looking up professions with a psychology degree, professions with a psychology master's, professions with a PhD in psychology. I did all my research, I looked at all my options, and I realized that my options are not limited. They aren't. There is so many things that I can do, and I realized that all 4 years of high school, when I just told people that I wanted to be a general physician, I was saying this because it's the first thing that came to mind. I was saying this because it just, like I said, it sounds so practical. It sounds like a great idea. It sounds like something I'd want to do. But really, I just said this because I didn't really know what I wanted to do. And what I do know is that I want to help people. And, you know, that's all I've ever wanted to do. And if I'm doing that in the future, no matter how I'm doing it, I will be happy because I am helping people. You know, I'm making a difference, and that's what I want to do. It's why I started this YouTube channel. It's why I've always wanted to make a YouTube channel, because I want to help and I want to make a difference, and I want to make my dent in the world, you know, no matter how little it is. And it took a year and a half of a roller coaster of emotions, of a lot of mental breakdowns, and a lot of questioning who I am, to finally understand that. And I am really happy that I wouldn't change any single one of those days for anything. Because it honestly, I am finally at a point where I'm really excited about what's coming up next in my life. I am more than happy with a master's in psychology than going to med school and being, or not even making it to med school, you know, like torturing myself for 4 years to not get into med school because my GPA is not high enough or something. You know, I am okay with being a psychologist. You know, the difference between a psychiatrist and a psychologist is a psychologist can't prescribe medicine, you know? That's the only difference. You know, I can still talk to people, I can still help them, and I just want to do that. So, that's basically the point of this video. I just wanted, mostly for myself, but to let people know that it's okay to, one, go into college and not know what you want to do, be in college and not know what you want to do, because college is where you learn who you are, you learn what you like, you learn who you're not, you learn where you belong, and you learn what you want to do. And I thought I was going into college knowing what I wanted to do with the plan. It was set. I was going to go for it. And it's just, it has gone a 360, you know. I've done a whole 360. I went from the College of Science to a liberal arts major, and I am happy with that. It's weird and it's different, but I am okay with that, and you should be too. Don't ever be afraid to not know, you know. The unknown is a scary place, and it's fine, you know. You'll figure it out. Anyway, that is all I have for this video. Thank you for watching. If you stuck through the end, thanks for listening to my life story for the past 2 years. If you liked the video, you could like it or subscribe or something. It's up to you. Anyway, thank you for watching. Have a great day, and always remember to smile.